Well, today marks the first time ever that the NASCAR Truck Series will race on the Charlotte roval, so looking forward to seeing how this race turns out for the Truck Series today. It may be a new track, but that won't stop Heim time from winning the pole here at the Charlotte roval. Of course, seriously, we are at a new track and yet this kid somehow manages to get the pole. And it was already bad enough that Chris Wright was in this race, but at least he started in the back of the field. And if he locks himself into the round of 4, there's gonna be problems. The green flag is out and the trucks are racing here for the first time here at the Charlotte roval. Not even a lap into the race and the 9 truck gets into the 34 truck, in which he gets into me, causing me to wreck out. What are we doing out here? Well, I was unfortunately unable to get much time on the track. Spot out in turn 16, winning 16th. And it looks like Caden Honeycutt would take the first stage win. And of course, Chris Wong has to spin out. 26 makes contact with an infield side after contact from the 56. 44 went behind the wall with a transmission issue. The 62 missed the corner. And we had a tire carcass on the track, but despite all that, Caden Honeycutt would take the second stage as well. And now on the restart here for the final stage, Josh Malicki spins out on the restart, and then Josh Remu is slow on the track. Just ended up spinning out in turn 7. I too also spin out in turn 7. The truck just stalled in turn 5. Well, we've had multiple trucks with issues during this overtime restart. Both FOM trucks had issues with lane rigs with the clutch issue, and now the 38 spins out. Jake Garcia also spins out again, and now the 52 of Caden Honeycutt, who was doing so well today, also spins out. And despite all this, we are still green as the leader takes the white flag. Well, what do you know, after all the adversity that I had earlier in the race and all the chaos that has brought on here on the track, that won't stop Heim time from winning for the first time on the Charlotte roval, and I shall go on to fight for a championship. Please D&Q that 11 truck, NASCAR! I cannot believe that that kid has won this race even though he wrecked out earlier on. With damage like that, you wouldn't expect someone like him to go on to win the race after starting from the back with damage. And that kid is not Chase Elliott from 2019. And because of this, he moves on to the Final 4. And if he wins this title for the Truck Series, some of us are not going to be happy with that. Well, let's just hope that the Xfinity race is better than the truck race. And this is why I am a pro at road courses, as I shall win the pole here for the Charlotte roval race today. And the best part is that Junior Motorsports has swept the top 5 spots with Connor Mozak in the number 9 car today. It's time to get some chaos going for the cutoff race for the round of 12 of the Xfinity Series playoffs here at the roval. Already had issues as I carried too much speed into the corner, got loose, and got back end damage. I too also received rear end damage after getting contact from behind. Well, this is gonna hurt my chances of making it to the round of 8. I'll win the first stage. Car had no power, so that's why I stopped on track. I'll win the second stage. And my problems get worse as I got turned around again. Freaking tire came apart, and here I thought we were going to be able to do well today. The leader has already taken the white flag as we have the yellow flags out for oil on the track, so this race is now official. And because of this, I shall be able to go on to win for the first time here on the Charlotte road course configuration. And this is my 10th win this season.
Yes! He got it! Yes! Yes!
And since Austin Green drove the 87 car for Jordan Anderson today, he finished second to Zillage, so that was pretty good for him, since he was driving my favorite number. Hey guys, did you hear the news? Connor Zillage just won for the 10th time this season. Wait, Zillage won again? Hey guys, Zillage won instead of Heim this time. Now we can finally rest peacefully.
3 cheers for Connor Village. 3 cheers for Connor Village.
3 cheers to the kid who has been dominant in the Xfinity Series.
3 cheers for Connor Village.
Connor.
3 cheers for Connor Village.
Connor.
3 cheers for Connor Village.
Connor. 3 cheers for Connor Zillage.
Well, who cares? This is all about me.
Shut up, hacker. No one asked. Well, what a job done by Connor Zillage, getting his 10th win in the Xfinity Series this season. This kid is on a roll. And to anyone who's a fan of Taylor Gray, Nick Sanchez, Crybaby Hill, and Harrison Burton, I'm sorry to say this, but your drivers are not going to be able to move on to the next round of the playoffs. And speaking of this race being the cutoff, let's see which Cup Series drivers are able to advance to the round of 8 and which 4 other drivers are going to be eliminated. Well, it looks like things are starting to look up for me as I shall win the pole here at the Charlotte roval. Perhaps I could finally get a win this season and advance to the round of 8.
What kind of place is this?
It's time to see which Cup Series drivers shall advance to the next round of the playoffs and which 4 other drivers will be eliminated. Let's get ready to rumble here at the roval. Not even a lap in and I already wrecked, even with a new crew chief. I just want this 2025 season to be over with. Had to stop on the backstretch chicane since I missed the turn and now the 7 spun me out. I'll win the first stage. Overshot the pit exit and now I'll lose all those spots that I've gained off of pit road. And now the 77 spun me out on the front stretch chicane and basically broken my rear toe leg and now I'm done for. And I shall win the second stage. Well, that's gotta hurt. I don't know what your issue is, but I'll tell you right now, I did not appreciate that contact you had with me in turn 7. And then you're over here pushing and shoving me on track while you're multiple laps down until you eventually spin me out on the front stretch. What are you doing, man? You shouldn't be racing me like that when you're multiple laps down. My car lost power, so I had to get off the track. But after all the chaos and drama here at the Charlotte Roval, I shall go on to win there for the first time in my career.
Yo! Ah!
I appreciate you featuring that video in another one of your race weekend recaps that you did, NASCAR Sonic fan. Anytime, Hendrick fan.
Yes! He got it! Yes! Yes!
Yeah, SVG has done it again! Well, that was quite a wild race here today at the Charlotte Roval, but congrats to SVG on winning here at the Charlotte Roval today. As I always say, the Charlotte Roval never tends to disappoint, always full of action and drama. But unfortunately, Chastain, Reddick, Wallace, and Cindric will be eliminated from the playoffs, so if there are any fans out there who like these drivers, I'm sorry, but those drivers will not be moving on to the playoffs. I tried so hard to get back at Hamlin in order to get that final spot, but I eventually ended up recreating the 2018 Roval finish. Yeah, and I ended up finishing backwards because of that. So did I, but it was because of a separate incident. No! Chastain got eliminated! Come on! Well, I'm sad that Reddick didn't get to advance, but I'm not too frustrated. Reddick kind of fell off, to be honest. Well, at least I didn't get screwed over by some stupid totals from last year. 3 cheers for Shane Van Gisbergen. We already did that with Connor Zillage, McQueen. You missed out. Oops, well, my bad. Well, there's only 8 drivers left, and with only 4 races remaining, only 1 will be able to be a champion. And it all begins with the round of 8 starting at Vegas, so let's see which driver can hit the jackpot and lock themselves into the championship 4 along with 3 other drivers, and which 4 other drivers will be going home and not be able to fight for a title. But for now, that wraps up this crazy weekend from the Charlotte Roval. Thank you all for watching this race of the weekend recap, and we'll see you next weekend at Vegas. And stick around for a new episode of the NASCAR show coming out later this week.